Hello everyone, welcome back to Agriculture Political. I hope all of you are doing well. So let's start the video. In today's video we are going to discuss about the major diseases of groundnut. If you are going to give any competitive examination related to agriculture, it is very important to understand what is important and what's not. And if you are going to give ICR, JRF, SRF, it's the last time for the preparation, and when you come to YouTube videos, it's for the revision purpose. So this video contains the important portions and the least important portions have been eliminated. So the diseases which are very important have been discussed in deep, and the diseases which are not asked so much are given briefly. So let's start the video. So firstly, diseases of groundnut is given on your screen. First is fungal diseases and second is viral diseases. Early leaf spot, Cercospora arachidicola. Late leaf spot, Cercospora personata. Wilt, Fusarium oxysporum and Fusarium solani. Rust, Puccinia arachitis. Stem rot, Sclerotium rolfsi. Leaf spot, Alternaria arachidinis and Alternaria tenuissima. Anthracnose, Coletotrichum dematium, and viral diseases includes bud necrosis caused by peanut bud necrosis virus, rosette disease, which is also viral disease caused by groundnut rosette acister virus. So here two diseases are very important: early leaf spot caused by Cercospora arachidicola and late leaf spots caused by Cercospora personata, because questions are asked deeply from these two and others diseases. The other diseases which are given, you just have to remember the causal organism which is causing that particular disease. Next thing you need to remember is the leaf spot of groundnut classification, that the fungi which is causing that particular disease, that classification you should remember, because the questions have been asked from the classification. So domain is Eukaryota, kingdom is fungi, division is Ascomycota, class is Dothidiomycetes, order is Capnodiales, family is Mycosphaeriaceae and genus is Cercospora, and obviously there are two species which have been discussed earlier. Now firstly we will discuss early leaf spot caused by Cercospora arachidicola. Symptoms are infection start about a month after sowing. A month after sowing, subcuticular dark brown spots are produced on the upper leaflet surface. Upper leaflet surface, and 1 month after sowing, very important. These spots are of lighter shade of brown on the lower side of leaflet. Yellow halo. This question have been asked in previous year, that yellow halo is seen around the brown spots. Lesions also appear on petioles, stems and stipules. In severe cases, severe lesions coalesce and result in premature senescence. So most important thing is to remember 1 month after sowing. Then there is a dark spots which are lighter in shade in the lower side, and upper leaflet there are dark spots. Then on these dark spots the yellow halo form, and after this these become lesions and coalesce to form a senescence kind of structure, that premature death of the leaflet. As you can see on screen that there is a leaf of groundnut in which there are brown spots on the upper surface, then yellow halo is formed around the leaf surface, and these yellow halo brown spots coalesces to form a big lesion and the senescence and the early death of the cell. So there are two kind of diseases, late spot and early spot. So there is very much confusion between these two diseases. So it is very important to understand the basic difference. Then the next disease is late leaf spot caused by Cercospora personata. Sexual stage is Mycosphaera burkhalii. Symptoms: infection starts around 2 months after sowing. In early spot it's 1 month. Then black and nearly circular spots. There was the brown spots, here the black spots are formed. Lesions are rough. Their lesions were smooth. In extreme cases, many lesions coalesces resulting in premature senescence and shedding of the leaflet, which is like same. When there is like coalescence of the lesions, it lead to the death. But the most important thing is there were 1 month, that is in early stages early leaf spot come, and late leaf spot, as the name suggests, come in the later stages 2 months after, and here black and nearly circular spots are formed and appear on the lower surface of leaflets. Lesions are rough, and in early leaf spot, if we talk about that, lesions were not rough. Here is the picture given of late leaf spot, which you can clearly differ from early leaf spot. In late leaf spot there is a dark circular black color spots are formed on the leaflets, and in early spots these spots were of light color, brown color, and having the yellow halo around it. So we have discussed early leaf spot and late leaf spot, so it is very important to understand the difference. So Cercospora arachidicola cause early leaf spot and Cercospora personata cause late leaf spot. The first thing is that, and pathogen is intercellular, obviously both are intercellular, but here Hosteria is not produced, but in personata Hosteria is produced. Idiophores are olivaceous brown or yellowish brown in color, short, 1 or 2 septate, unbranched, geniculate, and arise in clusters in Cercospora arachidicola. Conidiophores are long, continuous, geniculate, arise in clusters, and olive brown in color in Cercospora personata. Conidia are subhaline or pale yellow, obclavate, often curved 3 to 12 septate in arachidicola, and conidia are cylindrical or oblicate, short, hyaline to olive brown, usually straight or curved slightly with 2 or 3 septa, mostly 3-4 septa. So first point is very important, and the etiology you can skip if you are not understanding, but first point was very important. Here the perfect stage of fungus produce perithecia. So perithecia is very important. It have been asked in previous examination that perithecia is formed, perithecia is the perfect stage of, and then options are given. Then ascospores are hyaline, slightly curved and two-celled, apical cell larger than the lower cell. Here you can see the different Cercospora, conidia and spores and difference between them. Here the spores are long and have more septa in case of Cercospora arachidicola, and in personata conidiophores are small and have less septa. So the difference between Cercospora personata and arachidicola, which I have discussed in the previous slide, you should remember at least the septation, that how much septation is there. Conidiophores are hyaline or not, this is very important. That etiology is very much deep into the subject. This deep question will not be asked, but at least you should remember those things, what are the basic difference. If we talk about favorable conditions, prolonged high relative humidity for 3 days, low temperature 20 degrees Celsius with dew on leaf surface, heavy doses of nitrogen and phosphorus fertilizers, and deficiency of magnesium in the soil. This is very important, deficiency of magnesium. Disease cycle, the pathogen survives for the long period in the infected plant debris through conidia, dormant mycelium and perithecia in the soil. The primary infection is by ascospores or conidia from infected plant debris or infected seeds. The secondary spread is by wind blown conidia. Rain splash also helps in the spread of conidia. All these points are very important, but high relative humidity, low temperature, heavy doses and magnesium are very important. And then primary infection is caused by plant debris. So in management, if you have to remember that what can I do, so remove the plant debris. You can connect the link by these things and it would be really helpful for you for giving the examination. So plant debris are very important. Here you can see in this diagram also, the dormant phase is the mycelium or conidia present in the plant debris in the dormant form, and then favorable environment come, and then a conidia disseminated into host surface, germination, then germ tube is formed, infection on host surface, then host surface manifestation of symptoms will show, then mycelium, conidia, फिर again germ tube will form which lead to the infection, which will be secondary infection, and if the whole plant will die, then it will go into dormant phase and again come into the plant debris and cause the disease in the next year when it will come. So by understanding the kind of disease and the process of disease, you learn the management also. Here you understand that plant debris are playing major role in this disease. So management, the first thing which will you do, remove and destroy the infected plant debris, keep weeds under control because it will survive in weeds also, treat the seeds with carbendazim or thiram at 2 gram per kg as the diseases in the soil and plant debris, so in seeds will be infected. So seed treatment is very important. Spray carbendazim at the rate of 500 gram or mancozeb at the rate of 2 kg or chlorothalonil at the rate of 2 kg per hectare, and if necessary repeat after 15 days. And the most important which you have to write is resistant variety, and you should remember the ALR1 is a resistant variety of groundnut against the leaf spot. That would be early and late also. I hope this video will be useful for you. If there is any question you can ask in comment box. Thank you for watching the whole video. Thank you very much. Try to revise these things because many questions have been asked from these portions, so try to remember all these things for your examination. Thank you.